welcome to episode 54 of This Knitty Life. My name is Rachel and I am coming to you from Leeds, West Yorkshire, where I live with my husband and my two youngish children and my two dogs. You can catch me on Instagram as this_knitty_life, and I am on Ravelry as Reward. Yes, like I said, thank you very much for coming today. It's episode 54. It's the 11th of June. Yeah, thank you very much to all new people who are watching. I've had quite a few new subscribers lately, which has been fantastic. So thanks very much for coming along and watching the show, and welcome back to those who have been watching for a while. I do appreciate you taking the time to do this. I am going to attempt to keep this, I think it squeaked a little bit too long last time, so I'm going to attempt to keep this kind of half an hour-ish is my goal. So today I've got quite a few, actually, 3 finished objects for you, some chat about some new projects I've cast on, and I went to the Monty show at the weekend, so I've got quite the haul from Monty. So I will be sharing all of that with you as well. So if you want to grab yourself a drink, I've obviously got my favourite. Yeah, I've got my favourite. So if you want to grab a whip, or whether you're watching this while you're tidying the kitchen or sitting on the end of your kid's bed trying to get them to sleep, I frequently do that with my AirPods in and watch something. Dog-wise, I've got one asleep down here, and the other one's been put in a crate, and she's just decided that she's unhappy about that. So I don't think you better hear her. So it should be okay. So I've made a few notes, so that's helpful. So we are gonna slide straight in to finished objects. So this is my first finished object, because I'm trying to which order I did them in. Yeah. So this is the Lento sweater. I've got many more pictures of this on Instagram. A bit conscious of, I know I'm sat here, I'm in frame if I move. So this is the Lento sweater. This is a very popular pattern. I did have a finished object last time. Actually, this is a brand new one. I don't think this was on the needles last time. I think I'm mixing my patterns up. Yes, I am. This is a brand new cast on. So it was half term last time, wasn't it? So I cast this on the Sunday. Kids went away Saturday, Sunday. I cast this on the Sunday, and then we booked this really weird, quirky Airbnb for the Monday night, and I took this one with me. I'm mixing them up because I feel like I've finished quite a lot lately, dare I say. So this is a brand new cast on. So this top cuff collar is Bryony's Nails, which is a Spectrum fibre. It's one of my favourite colours. So this is held together. Yes, held double. Not held together. The pink bobble is from Truly Hooked. Can't quite remember the name, but I've had it a while. And it is held together with like a candy pink from Molten Yarns, which I've had for a little while, but it was just like a not even a solid colour, semi-solid. Yeah, there was no variation in it. So this took 6 days, I think. So yeah, I started on the Sunday and I finished it on the Saturday. So it's got quite short sleeves. Absolutely loved it. I think, can't remember what size I did. Maybe the second size, which is what I did my one last time on. My pink fluffy one. Yeah, so I cast this on literally 2 days after doing the podcast. But absolutely love it. As ever, it's with a dress today, as it normally is. So yep, really... really pleased with it. It's the first time I've wore it to school. Wore it to school today. But I had to have a cardigan over it because it's freezing. It's June. The temperature has dropped dramatically. It says it's 12 degrees outside. I don't think it is. I think it's like 8. It's chilly. It's ridiculous. I'm not quite sure what's happened. But anyway, yeah, I've had a long sleeve, just a store-bought cardigan over the top. So I've been all in pink today, really. But absolutely love this pattern. Can't recommend it enough. I should have wrote down the name of the Lento pattern. I'm sure you're all familiar with it. And anyway, let me try and get it on Ravelry. But obviously, it's a very popular pattern. This is now the third one I've made. Let's get her name. Sorry about this. Joanna Heelin, Helin. So this is the pattern. That's super cute. I think I'm going to sneeze. Goodness me. Sorry. Yeah, so that's a super cute pattern. I've really enjoyed making this. I barely used any yarn at all. I did still have some of the bobble left. And some of the other left, actually. I don't think it's here. I thought it might be in front of me, but it's not. It's all still in the bag because I finish a project and leave it in the bag. But yeah, it was less than 1 skein each for this one. Really open gauge. It's a 6mm needle. It's really quite airy, but absolutely thrilled to bits with this. So much so I may have cast another one on, so I'll show you. So yeah, so that is my first finished object. So my next finished object is some socks. So I had these on the needles last time. So these are just some Fab Funky Fibres rainbow socks. So I've actually done some shorty socks this time. I haven't used my sock blockers for about a million trillion years, so I don't know where they are. They don't. The stripes are quite similar. I think they're off by a few rows. But Wilma's hair just goes on absolutely everything. Yeah, so I think I've worn them once. But yeah, this has got, that looks like a rainbow heirloom heel. So I did a German short row heel. I think I did about 10 or so on the rib, about 10 or so here. And then I went into the foot and then just zoomed down the foot. I think I just did a normal wedge toe on that one. And this one, I think this is actually a bit, the heel on this one is actually a gradient, or I think it's like, do you know what? I think it is. I think it's leftovers from a self-striping sock. I'm sure that's what it is. So it does look like it kind of goes because it's all in the blues, but it technically doesn't. I've gone right up to the end of the toe with the striping because these barely take any, like, I tend to get, I've got it here, but the 50 gram of self-striping sock, and I had plenty left. Apparently I need to do that on my ends. But yeah, they're really nice, really pleased with those. Really enjoying having some quick short socks. Whether I actually wear them or not is another story. But yeah, another finished object. So that's doing good. Probably should have clocked what time I started in terms of how long it's going to be. But I'll try and keep myself on track. Tick. Next one. So my other finished object, I'm not going to do a costume change like I did last time. Maybe I will. Is this one. So you'll have seen this one on Instagram. I wore this on Saturday to Monty. This is the Vibes tee, and it is by Tiff Nealon, who I knit an awful lot of her stripy patterns. So this is in 4-ply. So this was on the needles last time, and I absolutely loved it. It was so super fast. It's so jolly and fun. So why can't I get the name? Neckline, collar, you know what I mean? This bit is just a random neon. I can't remember who it was. Most of this is spectrum fibre. So to do the short row side. Is that the short row side? Yeah. Anyway, this is a spectrum fibre one. It's a gorgeous coral colour. And then the first lot of eyelets, not quite eyelets, yeah, eyelets, is Bryony's Nails, which is this one from Spectrum Fibre. I added another lot of the bobble. So again, this is Truly Hooked. I can't remember the colourways, but I think I got it in a sale like a good while ago. So yeah, it's just those 4 colours. So Mystery Neon, Spectrum Fibre in a corally colour, Spectrum in Bryony's Nails, Truly Hooked in her bobbly one. It's also called Slub Yarn, which I don't really love. So when you try to find it on the internet. So this is, it's not overly cropped, to be honest. So yesterday I did actually wear it to work, school. I did have to put a vest on underneath. I had a pair of like combat leggings type not leggings, they're more like trouser leggings. Anyway, but it was too short without a vest, so I just put a plain white vest underneath it that I picked up at the weekend from Asda actually, that I wore underneath it. So literally, when I picked up from the sleeves, I just did the neon bit, which is some sort of slip stitchy thing, and then I did a tinsy wincy bit of the Bryony's nails. How many rows is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 rounds, and then I did a short rib. And so that is a really quite a short rib. This is quite a short sleeve. This is kind of quite a lot further on. I think the dress I had on Saturday, the sleeves did kind of poke out a little bit, but I do really like that it's just so short and fun. And eventually the sun will come out and I'll be able to wear it. I feel like the position of the eyelets is really good. It's not like too full. This one's a slip stitch, it's not, so if the eyelets were here, it might be a wee bit revealing. But yeah, absolutely love this one. Can't recommend this pattern enough. It was really fun and engaging, as are all of her patterns. A little bit of texture here and there, just kind of do a little stripe and then do the next little bit. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. She did have a discount on it over the weekend, which I did mention on Instagram. I think she had, because it was National, or whatever it's called, Knitting Public Day on Saturday. Ironically, I didn't actually get any knitting done in public on Saturday. But yeah, I normally knit in public wherever I go, but I didn't happen to on Saturday. Yeah, so absolutely fully recommend this pattern from Tiff Nealon. 4-ply, really lightweight garment. I think it was supposed to be knit on a 4mm, but I don't think I did. I want to say, which is not like me because I'm all for having it done and finished. I want to say it was a 3.75 actually, and smaller on the neck. But yeah, absolutely thrilled with that one. Really, really like it. Feels like I've held that up an awful lot. But yeah, again, there's pictures on my Instagram and on my Ravelry of that. I'm trying to do little updates as well of my finished garments to do a video. I had a little idea that I was going to do like a bit of a roundup towards the end of June of all of the garments that I've knit so far this year, because I think we're in double figures now actually. So I'm just going to try and do a little bit of a short burst of videos, just kind of talking through what pattern it is, what yarn it is. So I've recorded I think 3 of those now, so I maybe need to go back and do some more. So my husband's been recording those for me just when I'm like, oh, I happen to have this on, can you just do a quick video? So hopefully I'll be able to get that out towards the end of June. I thought it might be the start of June, but in theory the full 6 months is the end of June. So again, I've got the camera the other way around, so I can't see me. So I'm trying to be less awkward about it this week. So we will see. But yeah, hopefully the quality was a lot better last week. I did have certainly a lot more viewers, which is nice. I think a few more people kind of shared it more than normal, and it really makes a huge difference. Even just I'm watching it and you do a thing on your stories, it does just kind of get the word out, I suppose. Right, so I was trying to have a little look. I think most of my whips that I had last time are actually finished. I haven't got it with me, but my hoodie shawl cardigan, where I was asking about the collar, I picked it up. I was gonna do, what did I even do? I think I was gonna just pick it up and then knit a row and cast it off. But I did an I-cord cast off actually, and it's kind of pulled it up as I thought it might. So I maybe need to wear it in the wild and kind of check on what I think, but consequently I don't have any finished object pictures of that at the minute. But it's technically done, and I've finished it, I've marked it as finished on Ravelry, but I don't know if I'm actually happy with it because it has kind of pulled it all in a bit. So I maybe just need to see. I just kind of, dare I say it, I just wanted it done. I did use a bigger needle, tried to kind of do the I-cord as loose as I could, but I think just when you're talking about that kind of amount, like right down here and then right up and around your neck, it's probably got to do that, isn't it? So yes, I do have an awful lot of acquisitions, but I will go through some of my whips now, which I think are all new. first up in my little grey girl bag, I think that's a custom make, I've started a pair of socks. Again, yes, a pair of socks. But what I've done this time actually is I picked up a speckled yarn. So this is, I believe it's Kate Celine yarn, and I'm sure it's out of her Trolls collection because I was a bit obsessed with that. And I never pick up speckled yarn for socks. I always do self-striping. I can't remember the last time I did one. So I've used Bryony's Nails, which is a current favourite. I'm using, I want to say it's Bakery Bear's umbrella pattern. So the toe is like a roundedy pattern. It looks like a nose on an animal or something, like how you would do that. So yeah, the increase was quite different. So I did these ones taupe just to kind of see what would happen. So this is how it's looking on that side. What I decided to do randomly, just for fun, is to stick some garter rows in. So I guess I'm going to do a certain little amount and then I'm going to do some garter rows just to kind of help with the stretch across the foot. I did quite fancy doing a little bit of lace, but I couldn't find one that I was just kind of going to do kind of a bit of ventilation here and have like a row of lace, a little bit of knitting, a row of lace, like just like maybe three rounds of lace. But I couldn't find a pattern that kind of did that. And like all the patterns that I looked at on Ravelry, and it's like mindless knitting and all this kind of stuff, but maybe my mindless knitting is different to other people's, because a lot of them was like lace with a bit of a cable, and I wasn't thrilled with that idea. I did favourite a few, so if you have kind of any recommendations, I'm not really a fan of lace. More so, I don't like knitting it. I don't follow directions terribly well. I have troubles with processing patterns, which is why I knit the same patterns over and over, just because it takes quite a lot of mental energy to process what they maybe mean. So yeah, this is just what I did. So I've just made it up. So I just kind of got to measure it compared to one of these. But yeah, it's gorgeous. I loved all these colourways that she had for ages. I believe she's still dying. I don't maybe see her around as much as I used to, but yeah, that's another whip. I did just kind of pull this out because I pulled my penguono out recently, because I know there's lots and lots of yarn in that penguono bag, because a lot of it was I was holding 4-ply together. So there's an awful lot of, I have an awful lot of stash, I'm fully aware of that. There's an awful lot of yarn in there. So I think I was looking for something, and then I just came across that and I was like, oh, I love this. I would really like it in something. It was to go on my penguono, but I wanted something more solid. So yeah, this is, I'm sure I sent this fabric to Gemma of Little Grey Girl. It reminded me of the Court of Thorn and Roses, which is why it's got a Court of Thorn and Roses pin on it. But yeah, so that's my socks. Dare I say, shame myself, I podcast, what, two and a half weeks ago maybe? My stuff from my last podcast is still over here, because that's just how bad I am at clearing things away. I've not touched the Stephen West shawl at all, that's still there. My socks that I was going to get the heel on, they're over there. But you know, you can't win them all. Oh, so this isn't actually a new whip, but I forgot I was going to mention this one. I picked this one up randomly the other day. So I mentioned this a couple of episodes ago. So this is the Tolster sweater. Is it Tolster? Let me have a look. Yes. Oh, Tolster tee. Is it? Yeah. Oh, this is the Tolster tee. I apparently knit the 3rd size, and this is a DK pattern. This is in Spectrum Fibre again. Not sponsored, just a fan. Please sponsor me, Bryony. So the body's been done a while and it's just been sat. But the other day I picked up the arm. I've done some quite staggering decreases there, which probably don't look the best. But flying down the arm here, this is one of the little stitch marks I got at the weekend. It's a little octopus, if you can see that. Turning the right way around might help. But yeah, he's super cute. Yeah, so not too far. I think I'm probably going to do long sleeved sleeves, because I've got the yarn, so I kind of may as well. But I don't feel like I'm probably a million miles away from that. Oh. No, I think I'll probably try this on and have a little check where I am. I'm probably somewhere here-ish, maybe. But yeah, this is gorgeous colourway. I think it's called Ocean. It's quite an old colourway from Bryony, but yeah, I've had it for ages and obviously just been meaning to use it. But yeah, I picked this up the other day because I didn't particularly have anything easy on the needles, and I'd started a new cast on, which I'll show you, and I was kind of just like umming and ahhing, and I still am with it. And I was watching Bridgerton the other day. Rob had taken the kids out, so I had the house to myself, so I think I watched the first season, and I just kind of wanted something easy to work on, so I just picked this up. Those of you who maybe have been here a while or know me, I really don't watch telly at all, I just read. So I just finished the new season of Bridgerton the other week, and I thought I'd like to go back to the start and kind of see it from different eyes when you know who Miss the writer lady, who I've got the name of, and when you know who it is, I'd like to watch the seasons again, like knowing who that is and maybe knowing what's going to happen and that person's going to get with that person. So I just kind of did that, but it's not really a show that I can watch around the kids, and the kids are always there because they just are. So yeah, this is the Tolster tea, and that is by Rebecca Clow. She's just bought some new ones out, actually. I'm sure she's just bought some vest tops and things like that out. Is it Crea Rabea? Something like that, isn't it? Crea Rabea. No, Rabea Crea. I assume you know what I mean. It's not showing it on her Ravelry at the minute. Yep, so that's doing good in there. This is a gorgeous sloth bag. This is sealed with a stitch. Summery kind of slothy bag. Yeah. What else? Okay, so I did mention I cast another lento on, so I'll show you what I'm using. I'm kind of doing a bit of this and a bit of that. So because I like the bobble, I found this bobble, which I can't actually remember who it's from. And normally I put the thing inside it, and I can't actually remember who this one's by. I'll see if I can find out. But it's a really light lilac bobble, and I pulled this one out, which has previously been a something, and I frogged it. This is a die candy. It's gorgeous, like candy pinks with some purples in, and neon green, some blues. And then again in my Penguono stash, I found this one, which is so sparkly, and I believe this is a Hue Loco. My friend Gwen went to America, she's American, went to America years ago, and got to go around the Hue Loco studios. Her name's just dropped out of my head, what she called. But anyway, Hue Loco, you know who I mean. Went around her studios and she got some of this for us, and I think we split it. But again, I thought, I want to put something in there. So it's not terrible. I thought it wasn't massively far on. So this is how it's doing. I ended up actually deciding, because I certainly don't have enough of this. So this is the one I was using as the main body colour. So I decided, a bit like my previous lento, my Surrey one, the fluffy one from my last episode, I've kind of done some stripes. They're really quite subtle though, so I don't know what you think. So basically I'm knitting it like this, and then I'm striping every 2 rows with this. There's not going to be enough of this. What I should have done is, I think I should have done like a purple, like one of these deep magentas for the neckline. I'm just going to call it neckline. So what I've done is I've just done like 2 stripes of the die candy held together. Yeah, I think that's what I've done. Yeah, held together. I was looking for my other end, but I can't see it. Yeah, so just kind of working down this. It's such a giant needle, like the 6mm. So yeah, no, I'm not gonna be a million miles away from splitting of that, but yeah, it's super gorgeous. But as I said, fully recommend this lovely pattern, the Lento. It's a 6mm. It's just an alternative to the Love Note with the lace. It's I've knit lots of Love Notes. I've got a fair few, 4 or 5, and I've knit a fair few without the lace. But you just kind of have to wing it, because the lace does accommodate quite a large section of the garment. So what I did previously was like, all right, well that covers 15 rows of lace, but when you're knitting it, it's much denser, and obviously the lace is more open, so you need that gap. So this is kind of just basically a plain Love Note, dare I say, but the increases are done more like a raglan, whereas the love notes are kind of it's knit differently. But this is a 6mm needle, so that is really, really fast. Again, this is my Soul Yarnalicious bag. It's got ridiculously gorgeous mushrooms and stuff inside. I think she had maybe a Christmas sale or something. Oh, that's how I've got holding it double. That I wound some off because it got in a bit of a tangle. So I wound it off. I was like, where's my other end? Yeah, so that's a really pale lilac. So yeah, I really quite fancied just a lilac-y jumper. I did post the other day, I had a picture, I had some Popsy tights on, which were a lilac, I think they're called Lupin. And I had my neon Converse on, and I just love the lilac and neon together. So I'm really kind of keen to make a garment like that in some capacity pretty soon. So I've just got one more whip. Which is quite a strange one. So last time I mentioned I'd done the hoodie shawl cardigan, and I went through some of her other patterns, and I was like, why haven't I made this? So I actually cast one on, and now I can see why I haven't. I made this, which is really long and thin. It's not the best bag. I think it's fine. So I've actually cast on, to give away the secret sauce, the Chevron Shrug by Sosu Knits. This is super cute cardigan. I think I showed it last time. I thought it was DK. I had in my head that it was DK, but it's not. It's 4-ply. It is quite a different construction to what I'm used to. So I'll show you what I've got. So it starts off basically with like, is it a saddle shoulder? Like a little strippy bit here. I'll call it a saddle shoulder. And then you do those separately and then you pick them up. So this is how it's looking. So quite a difference. So what I did again in my bag of Penguono, I picked up this gorgeous pink, which is, you might recognise this, you might know. This is called Flamingo, and it is by King Fibers. And I absolutely love this one. I've got 2 cakes of it upstairs, 2 skeins of it upstairs. One is in 4-ply and one is in singles. It's gorgeous. It's been one of my favourite for years, but it's one of those special ones that I don't use. So basically you had to do these tab bits. The first bit actually is, I think it's in a linen stitch, but I got really confused with it for some reason. So I think I got a few rows into it and ripped it out, and I just did garter. But I made it the size it's supposed to be. So you're supposed to do this bit, block it to a certain size, and then cast them off, and then pick up over here. So the cast off felt a bit tight despite me doing a stretchy one. So what I did is I undid the cast off, and then you pick up across here, you cast on across the back, and then you pick up here. So I did just undo my cast offs and kind of slop the needles back on. And then you do a stripe of the other colour. So it's like this green bit where my purple bit is. So I ended up doing three rows. So that's just my school alarm, but Rob's on it. But what I like is it says for a total of 3 colour B garter ridges. So that's really nice. So you've got the stitch amounts, but it says that you're supposed to knit these for a total of 3 garter ridges. So I did that. That's the black bit there, and then I added this bit here. So again, I'm just working down the body, which currently is just garter. And again, it says you should have this many garter ridges, this many or this many, depending on what size you're doing. So once we've got there, then you break the yarn and do something different. So how many have I got? Oh, this black is fun. How many garter ridges I've got? I've got 2, 4, 6. I've got 10 so far, so I'm not even halfway there yet. But it's a weird construction, so it kind of goes like this. Yeah, so it goes like that. So I did knit a little bit on it last night while I was reading my book. So I did loads of sleeve knitting, and I'm like, right, switch to something else. Because it isn't the most fun. It's just, well, I say not the most fun. It's a very dark yarn. And I can't even remember whose it is. It's gorgeous. It's black with some pops of purple and like a really deep teal. I can't think who it is. I know I had it on one of the jumper I did for Martha. Let me see if I've got it on Ravelry, what I did. So can you remember? Oh, I don't think it is that one. This one I did for Martha. Let's, the one I kind of hodgepodge together. No, I didn't write what yarn it was. That's a shame. But it definitely had, it got that in it. I don't think it's Black Elephant, but I can't actually remember. Is it Fine Fish? I can't remember, but one of those kind of dyes, if that makes any sense. So I've got that one, and the purple is a little bit of Spectrum in Venus, which is one of my favourites. I've got a spin raglan jumper in this in DK, and I wear it all the time, under dungarees and things. So yeah, that's just plodding along. So yeah, that needs to kind of like be double, if not more, and then we do something else. So this pattern is really nice. It's got schematics in. So this is kind of how it's looking. So I guess it's quite different for me really, because I'm very much a bog standard basic jumper kind of gal with a little bit of this and a little bit of that. So yeah, that one's been really quite different for me, but I wouldn't say I'm thrilled with it, can't put it down like my other ones, but it is fun to see how it goes. So I'll just have a little breather and then we'll go into acquisition, shall we? For which there are many, quite frankly, many. I've got a couple of de-stashes coming as well that I got on Facebook. But yes, I went to Monty on Saturday, which was held in the Magma Science Museum in Sheffield. So it was about 45 minutes away from Leeds. I was going to go with some knit crew, because it's not an evening one, knit friends, but I couldn't quite coordinate my time as to what I was doing. At one point the kids were going to come and go somewhere else and drop me off, so I basically missed my opportunity for a lift, so I drove myself. I was going to meet some friends. I did meet my friends there, but I didn't necessarily stay with them for the whole amount of time because I was just wandering around doing my thing. But generally speaking, it was a really easy drive to get to for me personally. It was absolutely freezing. Queuing up, I had this my stripy jumper on. I was freezing, but the venue was really good. I didn't go to their last Monty, but I went to their first one, which was I think an arena of some description. But really, really high ceilings, so the sound was really good. I think a lot of places they've got a low ceiling and therefore the sound's a bit of an issue. There was a bit of problems with the lighting. There was no natural light at all. It could have been snowing outside for all we knew. It was black inside. And whilst there was some, I'm going to say normal lighting, there was a lot of blue lighting, almost like infrared. It was really white lighting. Does that make sense? Really blue. So unfortunately some of the booths were really dark and we did have to get your torch out to look at some of the yarn, and it was a shame because some of the vendors were like, oh, this looks a lot different in kind of natural light. So it would have been nice if they maybe could have opened some of the doors, but it was a little bit chilly, so that would have made it chillier. But that's kind of my only beef, I suppose you'll call it. The lighting, and it was fine. It wasn't the best on your eyes. I imagine if anyone kind of maybe suffers from migraines or something like that, it might have caused problems. But it was fine. There was loads of really good seating. I was really pleased with that. I have filled the feedback form, and maybe it would be nice to have more tables with chairs around, because I kind of was on my own quite a bit. And just kind of sat and plonked myself down. But maybe a table where it could be a bit more kind of community knitting. There was the cafe, but obviously that was also shared with the Science Museum. So there was kind of, anyone was allowed in. Anyone was allowed into that. So kind of maybe a lot more kid vibe as well. But really good variety of vendors. Really nice to see loads of my friends. So I'll crack on and I'll show you what I got, because there is an awful lot of it. So first up, I think everyone kind of got something from from this stall. Let me see if I can. It was called Troublemaker Designs. I've not got them all here. So they had a load of stitch markers, and they're all just kind of little playful plastic ones, I suppose you're going to call them, as opposed to, handcrafted jobbies. Yeah, I got loads of them. I got a little toast. It's super cute. I'm hoping you can see that. It's a different octopus to my other one, little octopus. What I did do is I do this with quite a few of my stitch markers. I got 2 of them to make earrings. So I got these ones. So whether I use these as stitch markers or not, I'm not sure. But these are just 2 little cute pink mushrooms. I can't see if it's in focus or not, but you know what a mushroom looks like. I got these gorgeous rainbow hearts. I like to match my outfit with my earrings for school. I've got a few kids that at school that they look at every day to check how well they match. And obviously I wear a lot of rainbows, and I've only got a certain amount of rainbow earrings. I don't have a rainbow dress, but I got some little a goldfish dress, but I got some cute little goldfish as well. I got Martha my daughter, quite a lot of axolotls because they're her favourite, and she really wants an axolotl, but she's not getting one. I got her quite a few of them. I did actually FaceTime her and let her pick some, so I think she got about 6 different colour combinations. But that stall was so busy. Oh, there's a mark. Yep, it was really busy, and they did have not a pinball machine, a gumball machine. That all the proceeds were going to Mind, so that was good. I think they've just said that they've raised about 400. I think it says 472. For some reason that stuck in my head. They raised loads of money for that. I think it was nearly gone by the time I got there, so I just made a donation. So yeah, I got quite a lot. I think I got 15 in the end. So yes, what else did I get? So one of the people I was particularly excited to see was Floof Fibre. So I'll show you what I got from them. So I got this gorgeous one, which is called Born This Way. This is a gorgeous lilac colour with loads of speckles. The speckles are really nice on this. I am a bit of a speckle snob. It's got to be like particularly good. And this is fabulous. So it was really nice to meet them. That was their first ever show, so that was really nice. I also got this gorgeous one, it's called Atomic Shrimp. That's on DK. Just a really nice coral. And I got this one, which is called Highlighter, and that's again on DK, but look at those two. So whether I then put this with some sort of neon to make a jumper, I'm not quite sure, but I wanted a lilac, so I don't seem to have a lot of lilac in my stash. So yeah, so I got those. I don't really know where to put them. A new to me dyer. I got these ones, and this is called Wonderful Wool. She was really nice. So that's the Donegal Neps. I've mentioned these before. They've got little neon pops in them. There was a few people doing these, to be honest, and they were all just kind of generally on solid colours. Hers was 17, which was probably the lower end of some of the people that had them, but obviously it depends on VAT and stuff like that, doesn't it, for dyers. But yeah, got them. I had a really nice chat with her. She was really nice. She had loads of lovely mini skein packs that I loved. I ended up going back later on and speaking to her, and I was like, oh, I don't know whether to get the other one because there was 2 of them. And she had kind of like a magenta-y colour and like a purpley. And she's like, oh, we do have this one, and I hadn't seen it because it was quite dark. And I got this gorgeous one, which is like a greeny colour. So there's kind of quite a bit of variation there, really. Like, these bits are quite dark. But that's super gorgeous. But I thought, because these 3 colours were together, I thought that's all she had. But it's because they were all like pinkies. But yeah, again, just maybe because of the light, I didn't actually see this one. So it was a good job that I kind of interacted with her. And she's like, oh, I do have this one too. So yeah, I went back for that one. I got that one. I think that was my final purchase of the day, that one. What else? Right. Again, these are, I don't think I have any yarn from these. This is Green Lambkin. It is green. It's called Goosey. And this is on Sparkle Sock. So it's like a chartreusey colour. Again, probably not something I would always jump on, but I do really like greens. She did tell me why it was called Goosey. Something to do with goose poo being green. Maybe that was just it, but it was something like that. But yeah, I got this one. This is just a superwash Stellina. Super duper gorgeous. I did get some minis from them as well. They had lots of minis. One sec. Oh, they're not theirs. Yeah, yeah, so I got, no, that's 92. So yeah, they had quite a few. This looks quite festive. So I got 6 in the end. So this is like quite a deep green, but still on the minty side. I really like minty green. So these two are like a mint stellina, and this is like a deeper shade. And I got 3 different pinky colours. This kind of quite candy pink, we'll call it, and then this one, and then a reddy pink. But it does look quite I don't know if it looks Christmassy, because I know I've got a jumper with these colours that I made at Christmas time, but I'm thinking maybe another vibes tee in these. So they are super cute. I did get a couple more minis from a different stall, which would go with them really well. So maybe that kind of breaks up, or does it look even more Christmassy? Let me just see who that's by, because for some reason she had these as seconds, and so they've not got the tags on. Let's see my Instagram. Lottie Knits. I'll just click on that and check that it is the right brand. Yeah, so it's Lottie Knits. I got these 2 mini skeins from, and I got this kind of reddy colour too. It's kind of a red. It's not red directly. They look amazing together. I know that's very, very Christmassy, but love how they look. I'm going totally over half an hour, Anna. I'm really sorry. But yeah, I got lots of things. And the last one I got was these 2 gorgeous ones from Gemma of Snuggly Star. She kind of gifted me these ones. I had a little bit of a chat on the stall, and a little bit of yeah. Anyway, she gifted me these ones, which are completely gorgeous. I love all of her bright semi-solids. They're really good for stripes and colour work and things. So yeah, absolutely. Look, man, look. I need a screenshot. Cheese. My cheesy face. Yeah, absolutely massive stash here. I did a massive clothes de-stash of my children's clothes the night before, so I had some extra pennies to spend. So I'm really pleased about that. But yeah, really recommend the show. It was really good. A couple of my friends went on the Sunday that I obviously didn't get to see. Someone from work actually went, which was really nice. I told them about it in the week, and they managed to get themselves there, and they really enjoyed it. Maybe got some of their first hand dyed yarn, so that was exciting. But that's it really. So I'm just going to plough on with my whips and things. Oh, there's something in front of me that I was going to show you. I did have a little dig in my stash, and I found this gorgeous bobbly one, which is from Woolly Mama. Gorgeous, sorry, itchy eye. Gorgeous, crazy bright bobbly one. I was thinking of holding this together with a black or a navy, and just doing something similar to this, frankly, but with a black. And I thought, oh, that'd be cool. So just a little thing on the horizon that I might want to do. So I think that's about all for me today. I'm a bit conscious of how much time I've maybe gone on, and I can't see the screen, so I don't know. And I fell asleep last night, and I had 10 minutes left in my book, and I was like, right, I'll finish it in bed. And I must have fallen asleep in like 3 seconds. So I'd really like to try and finish my book before the kids get in, which is probably quite unlikely, but one can wish. So thank you very much for joining me today. If you went to Monty this weekend, please let me know what you got, what you're planning on making. Are you going to cast on a vibes tee? Have you ever used this slub yarn? There's still some people making it. I've got my eye on a couple of dyers that still have some, maybe even like kind of reduced, because I think it was like when I've looked on slub yarn on the hashtag on Instagram, a lot of it's like 2022. So it got quite big then, and then maybe it's fallen out of fashion, but I really like it. So let me know if you've used this slub, bobbly, whatever you want to call it, yarn. It's really fun. You can still get it, and it is super fun. I'd probably recommend holding it with something. I put it in here, but I think I wouldn't like to cast on with it, basically. But it's nice held with something, certainly. Like I wouldn't want to knit with more hair. I'd like that held with something. That's just my own personal preference. But I really appreciate you joining me today. Please like and subscribe the video. It's super helpful when you do that. Give me a comment below and tell me which one you like best, what you think will be good. What should I make with all of these gorgeous things? Yeah, and hopefully I will see you back pretty soon. I can't get the stop button because I've got to get up and get round, so apologies for me having to get up in a second. But thank you very much. Again, you can find me on Ravelry as Reward, and I'm this_Knitty_life on Instagram. I'm pretty darn active on there, really. I do like my stories. I do keep you up to date with what's going on. Generally, I say it's generally mainly my knitty life. You know, a bit of normal life in there too, but you know, you have to kind of also get to know the person too, not just the knitting, I think, personally. So if you're enjoying my knitty life, please give me a follow on Instagram. It is an open profile, but you know, if you've got a private profile, it would be lovely if you drop me a message just so I know you're not a non-knitting person, shall we say. Normally it says like who you're friends with, and it makes me feel a little bit better, but you know, you do get some odd people, don't you? So yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. How many times have I said that? Goodbye. I will see you when I see you. Bye bye. And now I'm getting up. Ooh.